You've made it! Now that the account setup is done, we're on our way to creating our first campaign. We'll be using LearnZilla.com as our AdWords example. For this, we'll need to create a search campaign that will help us target users that are interested in learning AdWords. We'll name our first campaign after our product, AdWords. You can go ahead and click on the pen that hovers above the campaign name and change that to AdWords. Within this campaign, we're going to create a set of ad groups. Ad groups are essentially sub-campaigns that use all the same settings and budget, but enable you to give them each their own keywords, ads, bids, and more. These ad groups should all fall under the same theme, a product, or a product category to help you organize your campaigns. But more on this later. When we go to the Settings tab, we can see all the settings we have set when we created this campaign in our first lesson. Here, you can see the target locations, language we're targeting, and the budget. For now, we just need to change our campaign type, as we will learn Google Search Network at first, and later we will tackle on display campaigns. So let's go ahead and set this to Search Only All Features by clicking on Edit and selecting Search Only from the drop-down menu. This will allow us to have much more control over our search campaigns. After all, you'll be an AdWords expert in no time. Great. Let's get back to creating our ad groups by going over to the Ad Groups tab. We will use our first ad group to target Google users that would like to learn AdWords, and another ad group to target users that want to practice for their AdWords certification exam. So we'll use the same campaign settings for them, but the keywords and ads will be specific to each type of user. Let's name these two and add the keywords to them together. Click on the pen to edit the name of our first ad group. And since this ad group targets users looking to learn AdWords, we'll just name it Learn. To create a second ad group, you can either go through the ad group creation process using this red button, or copy and paste the existing ad group, which is a bit easier for me. That way I don't have to create the ads again. Simply click on the checkbox next to the ad groups you'd like to copy, click Edit, then Copy, and Edit and Paste. Just be sure to change the keywords and ads in a new ad group if you do this, otherwise they're all identical to the ad group we just copied them from. Let's name this ad group Practice Exam. Awesome. For this ad group, let's create ads that are better suited for visitors who want to practice for a certification exam. To do this, just go to the Ads tab and change the title of our ads. Click on the little pen that appears when you hover over the ad. Press Edit. And let's go with Study for AdWords Exams. Also, feel free to change all descriptions as needed. I'm going to leave mine as it is for now, as this still seems to be relevant. Let's hit Save. Now, we get to the fun part, adding keywords. Let's add a few keywords to our first ad group, the Learn ad group. And we're going to do that by heading over to the Keywords tab, and then you hit the red plus Keywords button, and select our Learn ad group on top here. Here's a pro tip. One-word keyword like AdWords are often considered too broad. They bring in too much general interest and may not necessarily bring in clients that are interested in your product. This traffic often quickly leaves the site and may not be the best investment. These are called short tail keywords. Longer keywords are called long tail keywords. There's much more search volume for the short tail keywords such as AdWords. However, not all of these searches are looking to learn about AdWords. Maybe they're searching for AdWords news or AdWords customer service, so we wouldn't want to bring them to our site. Long-tail keywords are often more specific, and they bring in more specific clientele. For example, look at the keyword where to learn AdWords online. These users are much more likely to be looking for a specific site where they can learn AdWords, and they're not just doing research on AdWords or looking for news. This long tail keyword is much more effective for bringing interested visitors to a website. instead of those who will just hit the back button. Another example, where can I learn AdWords online for free? That's a great one. I usually try to avoid single word keywords and stick with 2-word keywords or more. There are 4 types of keywords that we can use in AdWords. They're called match types. And don't be intimidated, these are ultimately going to help you target the exact searches you want to go after. First one is called broad match. If we go with just one keyword for now, AdWords, and it's a broad match keyword, it will also show our ads for general search queries like AdWords news, learn about AdWords site links, and what does AdWords cost. This match type is very general, and it can certainly bring in lots of traffic, but it may not necessarily give you the best return on your investment. But that's where the other 3 come in. The second match type is modified broad match. This means that the search queries must include keywords that have a plus sign in front of them. For example, learn AdWords online. This keyword will show search queries that include all 3 of these keywords and potentially some others. For example, where to learn AdWords online. Now this keyword has all 3 of our keywords and therefore it meets the criteria. AdWords will ignore the order of these keywords in modified broad match. However, order is particularly important in phrase match. This is the third match type. Phrase match means that the query has to show a set of keywords or a phrase in it, and the order of these keywords matters. For example, learn AdWords online. It has to appear in that exact sequence and potentially with some other keywords. This match type uses double quotation marks. Some of the keywords that your ads would show for are where to learn AdWords online or learn AdWords online for free. These all have the 3 keywords appear in that particular sequence, so they meet the criteria. Finally, we have the exact match. This is as specific as you can get. Google will only show the exact search query without any other keywords, and only in that specific order. It uses the square brackets. AdWords courses. This will not show up for free AdWords courses as it is limited to exactly 2 keywords we used in a particular order. While this will get you quality clicks and the exact clicks that you want, don't limit your ad groups to just exact match keywords, as this will limit the number of users who see your ads and may hinder how many clicks you may get in a day. Okay, let's sum up our match types. Broad match can show up for a whole variety of keywords containing our words in them. Modified broad match can show any keywords containing our words in them in any order. Phrase match can show any keywords containing the phrase that we included in that specific order. An exact match is as specific as you can get. No other keywords will be allowed and no other order followed. It's general practice to add all 4 match types of each keyword into an ad group in the beginning, and then weed out the keywords that don't work by either pausing them or lowering their bids. Are you bored yet? Alright, let's actually add some keywords. You can put these match types in yourself, but why bother if you can use a keyword toaster tool online? So let's go to keywordtoaster.worldofsolomon.com, which is fun and simple. Copy your broad match keywords and paste them on the left of this neat tool. Learn AdWords courses, learn AdWords online, and you get all 3 other match types on the right. Neato. Copy and paste all of these into your ad group and hit save. Voila, we're all done. Right about now, you may be having second thoughts about the keywords that we added initially. And you'd be right. Those may not be such a great match because they're all so general. Let's take a look. Open university courses, courses online, online courses, marketing courses, they're all pretty broad match terms that are all going to result in our ads showing to those that are not looking for anything related to AdWords, to maybe searching for an online university to learn all sorts of stuff. And we wouldn't want to pay for those clicks because it's much more likely that this traffic won't find what they're looking for in our site and bounce right out. So it's a pretty good idea to pause all the keywords that don't include AdWords. I'm going to select the first keyword in here, hold shift, and select the last of the first bunch that I want to pause to mass select, and then select the rest by hand. AdWords, a broad match, might be a little too broad. This might bring us all sorts of traffic related, like AdWords news and developments. So let's hit edit and hit pause for all of these. Wonderful. This ad group should be ready to go. Because we copied the practice exams ad group, it is actually going to have these same keywords in there, which we don't want. So let's head over there and pause all these initial keywords and add a few new ones that are going to drive traffic that we want. Go ahead and select them all, hit edit, and pause. Okay, so let's go ahead and hit the red add keywords button. And since we're looking to bring in traffic that's looking for Google AdWords certification exam practice questions, let's go back into the keyword toaster tool and add some of these keywords in there as well as their match types. Let's start with a few like practice for AdWords certification exam, AdWords certification exam courses, and maybe AdWords certification practice. This might work. Should do for now. Let's copy these over using Control-C and use Control or Command if you're using a Mac, V, to paste them into our Keywords tab. Well done. At this point, you're probably wondering about the dollar amounts and the max CPC labels that you see in our Keywords tab. This is how keywords work. Each keyword can have its own bid, which is the max CPC column, and they all go into a keyword auction when the keyword is triggered from a relevant search query. The highest bid and the most relevant keyword will win the auction, and in turn will show on Google using the most relevant ad. The higher the keyword bid, the more it will show as opposed to others up until you're out of budget. Oftentimes, keywords may not run at all if the bids are too low and the competitor's bids are too high, or if there's a low search volume for that specific keyword. But AdWords can actually help us here with a handy column called Estimated First Position Bid. This column will show you an approximate bid amount that will get your ad to be the first ad on the first page. Just go to the Columns dropdown on top of the Keywords tab and click Modify Columns. You can then find the Estimated First Position Bid column within the Attributes tab. Feel free to add any other columns you may find useful. These all look good to me, so I'll just hit Apply. The first position bid data will usually show up after the keyword has received several impressions. Some of my favorite metrics are bounce rates and time spent on site. These can be added too, but we'll need to link our Google Analytics to our AdWords account to see them. And in our bonus lesson, we'll do just that. So to sum up bids, the higher the bid, the more clicks and views, also called impressions, a keyword will get. You will only be charged when someone clicks on your ad, but keep in mind that a higher bid may mean a higher cost for a keyword, so keep an eye on the cost per click column, called average CPC. More expensive keywords don't always mean that you're getting the most value. Next time around, we're going to link up our Google Analytics to our AdWords account in the bonus mini lesson, and after that, we'll discuss ads, ad rotation, and getting the most out of each keyword. We're covering great ground here. You'll be an AdWords pro in no time.